Welcome back, and this is going to be the first of a series of 3 videos that you're going to see me create this object. What I plan on doing is creating it in Isometric and AutoCAD, and then I will use a 3D function in AutoCAD and create this same model. And then we're going to use another program called Autodesk Inventor. So if you want to get familiar with using that program, it'll be the last one in this series. So you're going to see the next 3 videos are going to be related to this. Alright, so you can start on either one depending on which one that you're interested in, but this is going to be the first of 3. So let's not wait anymore and jump right into doing it the isometric in AutoCAD. So here in AutoCAD, some of the first things I like to do is go ahead and turn off my grid, since I will not be using that when I create the isometric. The next thing I'm going to do is switch over to the isometric mode in AutoCAD, and that's just selecting this button here, and it'll activate the ISO draft. You can see that your cursor will move around. Remember that the F5 key, remember that function 5 key, will toggle between each of the planes that you want to work on in isometric. Or you can select the fly up next to here and go ahead and select the one if you want a more direct approach to it. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do, and what I highly recommend that you do, is that if you're going to create an isometric, is turn your ortho on. So I'm going to go ahead and select that function on. And I can see right now that my dynamic input is turned off. I'm just going to select that button and turn that on. You can verify that this button is turned on. Remember, you click the 3 customization bars here. And then you're going to go in where it says dynamic input, and I have that turned on. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the drawing and get some information off of it and see what we're going to need to create this isometric. Alright, so looking at the drawing, some of the things I want to look for is a good place to start from. And my ideal is starting from kind of this location here. Mainly because you can see that I have some dimensions that will make this a lot easier. I know I have to go up 60, and then I'll go to the right. A left in this case is 25, and I should be able to go down 90, across to 120, go up 50, go back 10, and then I'll have to come down whatever distance this is. So this is like my remainder distance, and that's kind of the reason why I picked this corner to start from. It only leaves me with one unknown that I can kind of figure out really easy. So I'm going to jump back to AutoCAD, and I'm going to create that. Okay, so with everything set up, let's go ahead and start with the line command. I'm going to click here. I'm going to go up a distance of 60. Okay, so now you see that I went up 60, and it might be off your screen. Go ahead and hit the escape button and double click with your middle mouse wheel. If you don't know how to kind of do that with your mouse button, or you may not have that middle mouse wheel button, you can always select this icon here, and that's going to zoom extents. Then that'll allow me to scroll backwards. Let's go back to the line command. Let's go this direction, a distance of 25. I'm going to go down 90. I'll go this direction, 120. Let's go up a distance of 50. Go back to the left here, a distance of 10, and then I can come down. Now I need to guess this distance, right? Well, we can do a little bit of math and figure that out. So I went up 60, and then I went down 90, so that gives me a thickness of 30, right? And then I go up a distance of 50. So adding that into that, I should have a distance going down here of 20. And that should be where it connects to here. Now, if you didn't know that, and I'm just going to undo that in this command, you can always just come down here and draw a line, hit escape, go back to the line command, and create the line that's going across from here. And I always like to go right across because sometimes your O-snaps will not let you do that. And then trim off these portions here. So I can just trim these off. Okay, so either one of those methods will work. Next, I'm going to switch to the isometric right. And then I'm going to work on this front face here. So some of this stuff I'll go ahead and create, and then I'm going to use this face to kind of create some of that back face. So let's go with the line command. I'll start here at the bottom. We're going to go over 25. We'll go up 20. We're going to go to the right 20. Down 20. Come back to the right 35. Let's go up 50. And I'm going to show you all of these numbers on the drawing. I'll go back this way 20. Let's go up a distance of 20. I'll go across here 40. Let's go down 20. And that should get you in line with that point. So I should be able to click on this endpoint and everything is in line with each other. Okay? So let's flip back to the drawing and take a look and see where we got those numbers from. Alright, so remember that we started at this point. The numbers that we used was we went to the right 25. Then we went up 20. Went across 20. And then we went down 20. Across 35. Up 50. And then we went across here 20. And we went up 20. Across 40. And then down 20. And then finally back across 20. So that's how I used all of those numbers to create this. And if you're kind of keeping track of everything that we've used so far, I can kind of highlight all of these numbers. And you can see that most of this drawing is actually completed because we've almost used all of the numbers we need. The only numbers that I see that I have not used is this 10 thickness, which we're going to use here shortly. Okay, so switching back over to the drawing, I do see that I did use the 10, so I did misspoke here a second ago, but there's where that 10 is at. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use some of this to create the other stuff that I need, right? So I know how far it is across here. So I'm going to select a few of these lines and copy them as normal. So I selected these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, and then I'm going to copy them. So I'm pre-selecting them at this rate. Go to copy. I'm going to select this endpoint and place it on this endpoint. So now from here you can see that I was able to copy a lot of the stuff that I needed. Likewise, I'm going to do another copy on these lines. Once again, I pre-selected them. I'll select the copy command. I want to go from this endpoint to that endpoint. Alright, now let's go ahead and kind of clean some of this up. So I'm just going to use a regular line command. And I'm going to close off these gaps here. So I'm going to do a line from here to here. Escape. Go back to the line command. And I'll draw a line going across from here to here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and erase this line here. The rest of the lines in there I'll trim. I'll go ahead and create a line that's going across from here to here. And that time I just used the line command, so that's another way you can do it, is just hit L enter. And I can go ahead and create these and just copy this around here. So instead of using the copy command, I'll also show you something else with grips. So I want to copy this line, so I'm just going to select here. The space bar, I see the word move. I'll type in C, enter. And then I'll just click that endpoint and that endpoint. Alright, the last thing I need to do is go ahead and do some trimming. I also need to get rid of that line there since we're not going to see it. So I'm selecting that and hit the delete button on my keyboard. Let's go to the trim command, and then we can trim off these additional lines in here. Alright, we have one more line to create, and if you want to, you can copy this line again, and I'll use the grip function again. So I'll select this grip, spacebar one time, C, enter, and then I'll click and place it at that endpoint. Go back to the trim command, or you can type in TR and trim off this portion. So I'm going to trim here. Kind of zoom out to that and take a look at it and make sure everything should be drawn correctly. And I think we have captured this. Alright, so if you enjoyed this one, you can tune in to the next video and you can see me do this in AutoCAD 3D. Alright, so I want to thank you for watching.